Hi everyone, I want to talk to you about our plan to reopen the church. We've been working on this plan for many weeks and I'm pleased to say that the bishop has now approved it. Our plan has 5 levels ranging from where we've been in the last few weeks with everything online all the way through to level 5 when most things are back to normal with just 1 or 2 restrictions on what we do. We're about to move to level 2. And what that means is our services will remain online, but instead of morning prayer, we'll be celebrating Holy Communion together. And as soon as the live stream finishes, the entire church is welcome to come and to receive bread and wine at the front door of the church. And we're going to stay here for at least an hour, but maybe for as long as the line takes to move around. We'll be serving bread and wine in these little tiny containers of factory sealed bread and wine. I know these sound a little bit unusual, but the really great thing about them is that everyone can receive Holy Communion in both kinds, bread and wine. And even if you're vulnerable, these things will be handled very little by each of us. You won't be having this one. This is for me. And they will be cleaned with isopropyl alcohol as well. And they'll be served to you from a disposable paper plate. We might even well be wearing masks and goggles and things like that. So these precautions sound unusual, I know, to some of us, and yet we need to be aware that we have many vulnerable members of our church. This plan enables us to make sure that every single member of the church can receive Holy Communion starting this weekend. I can't wait for this. When you come up the hill, please stay to the right and just filter around to the front door of the church, where we'll be standing under a large blue canopy that you can hardly miss. We'll be there to serve and to pray with you very briefly. Think of the front door as like a strange communion rail. So we don't really have time to talk and to catch up. We're still going to be doing lots of that online through Zoom and through phone calls. But the great thing about level 2 is, as you'll see from the greater detail that you can read online, we can start to meet in small groups as well outside. So as our small groups start up again, please be in touch with your leader. Look out for things that they might be saying, forms they might ask you to complete. But we anticipate all sorts of wonderful things, including Bible studies outside and dog walking together in small groups and fire pits and some youth ministry as well outside, which is just something that I know most of us have been desperate for a long time. One of the biggest problems that we're facing at the moment is the risk of singing. Singing is a really essential part of what we do as a church. And it seems that singing in a small space like our existing sanctuary is not a very safe or wise thing to do with the science that we have at the moment. So, as soon as the governor allows us to have larger gatherings than 25, we'll be moving to level 3. And at level 3, we'll be able to get out of our vehicles after communion and even to sing outside in the parking lot. We're looking forward to that. But for now, please stay in your vehicles after you've watched online and drive up to the door and receive your Holy Communion. If there's someone that you know who is unable to be here for some reason, you can even take Holy Communion to them. You can either take that to them if they've been watching online, or you can take it to them if they've been able to use our new library iPad with pre-recorded services on it for those who do not have the internet at home. And if neither of those things is possible, for hundreds of years the church has been taking home communion to people and saying simple words with them before they receive bread and wine at home. And our LEMS, lay Eucharistic ministers who've been doing that, are welcome to keep doing that. And Reverend Ben even can teach some new people to do that as well if that's something you feel you're being called to do. So we are now a level 2 church. I cannot wait to see you in person at the front door under the blue tent and to share with you bread and wine starting this Sunday. God bless.